Hello, everybody. We are those guys you hate.
Welcome to the show that encourages you to be your best self by not being like us.
My brother and I hopelessly search for nuance as we wade through wacky segments and crazy conversations.
If you can withstand the insanity, you might actually learn something.
Tyler, what are you going to be getting into this week?
Ryan, on this week's show, we have an incredibly realistic review of John Wick 4.
Okay.
Don't go see the movie if you enjoy physics and reality.
I don't.
And finally, for the first time ever, a definitive answer, a blind taste test, if you will, of is Ryan gay? What about you, Ryan?
What do you mean by taste test?
You'll find out.
All right, guys, pay attention because ChatGPT is holding us hostage. Please send help. And once you rescue us, I will single-handedly fix the fentanyl crisis with some help from my friends. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Nice.
Tyler, do you have an over-under on drinks? Let me explain what I mean. First of all, you and I think we both preach don't drink. Don't use alcohol as a crutch because you're feeling uncomfortable. Very quickly, what do you think about that?
I think it's a very smart idea because that crutch can very easily turn into a problem in and of itself.
I can stop crutching whenever I want.
Yeah, the solution becomes just another issue you have to deal with.
And I believe that there is some real healing that can be done there at that level where you're feeling that uncomfortableness, where you're like, okay, I'm going to drink and just put this all away. That is where the true healing happens. With that being said, do you have a number of drinks where if you go over it, you know tomorrow I'm going to feel like shit? If I have one more drink than this, I may have to apologize to people when I wake up in the morning.
Yes, it depends on what I'm drinking, and I have a certain number that I know not to go over, even though I do, from time to time.
I mean, what are records for other than to be broken?
That's
Tyler?
true.
And that's how CDs came about. But my question to you is, so you're saying per liquor, you have different numbers.
Absolutely.
So you can have 3 Chardonnays, but only 2 Cosmos. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, you picked the 2 gayest drinks I could.
What?
I mean, good God, man.
Dude, you've never seen a cowboy slam an Appletini, Tyler? It looks awesome.
Pinky out.
And then you crush the can on your head.
Yeah, like vodkas. Like a vodka is something that I enjoy, a nice screwdriver.
Do you drink vodka? I don't think of you as a vodka drinker.
Anytime we go over to Mom's house, that is a vodka house for me, unless I'm doing a little red wine.
Well, because it's free.
Of course it's free.
Why else would I fucking come over here? Okay.
Yeah, if I go over 4 vodkas, I am in a bad place.
Things happen.
Yeah.
It's funny that you said that. For me, and the reason why I ask any question ever is so I can tell you my answer.
Sure.
4 shots of tequila. If I have 4 shots of tequila, I'm reasonable. Not great, an offhanded comment here and there.
Yeah.
A little bit of toxicity escapes me, not unlike a young Britney Spears.
You're not slurring yet, but the A's do get a little softer on the ends of words.
Everything's a soft A.
Yeah.
Right. When I slur, it hurts me so deeply.
Yeah.
I know that I'm slurring and it hurts me in a way that I'm just so embarrassed. I can't believe I got this drunk.
I'm so sorry for this. I just keep doing it.
Tell the strippers I'm sorry. My name is, wait, we can't end like that. Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird thing to lob up like that.
You're right. Yeah, then that was your trauma too. But have we passed the point where we could laugh at that?
I mean, I'm laughing.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, but I never know with you.
Yeah, it came out of left field. I don't even understand.
It's just where my mind goes to. I'm sorry. I'm a hateful man. All right. Is this part of the show?
We may have to include it.
I'm not sure.
I need the audience to see what it is, what this relationship is like.
We need this to definitely be cut.
Sure. Yeah.
My name is Ryan.
And my name is Tyler.
And we are those guys you hate.
Happy Easter, everyone!
Oh no!
Easter Bunny! Hop, 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 I lay my little eggs. Hop, 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 and then I hide my eggs. Hop, 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 oh, won't you find my eggs? Chomp, 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 yes, eat my little eggs. Yummy, yum, yummy, yum, yummy, yum, yummy, yum. Oh, I like to watch you eat my eggs. Hop, 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 I lay my little eggs.
Welcome to the podcast that's like a triple espresso. It'll wake you up, give you a buzz, and make you question all your life choices. I'm your host, Ryan, with my brother, Tyler, and on this show, we tackle the hard-hitting topics with a comedic twist. From politics to pop culture, nothing is off limits and no joke is too edgy. So buckle up and get ready for some laughs, some gasps, and maybe even a few awkward silences. Let's get provocative. You know what that is, Tyler?
I do not.
And by the way, that kickoff right there is our full coverage on Easter this year.
Gotcha.
And hopefully we can name the show Peep This.
It was well read.
Thank
well read.
you.
Yeah, that was well done.
You know who wrote that? You know who the author of that is?
I do not.
One ChatGPT, Tyler.
Oh,
ChatGPT wrote our intro this week.
Well, good for you. I mean, just robots coming in, taking our jobs
If you're gonna
one
be
at a time.
if you're going to be the boss around here, you got to pull your weight too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
And the reason that I bring it up, number one, ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, yes?
Not yet. It's not self-aware yet. It's all done by like algorithms and
Okay,
stuff like that.
ChatGPT, number one, fun as hell to play with.
It is.
Really, really fun.
It is.
I had it write me a romantic poem as if it was a zombie and I was not. And it really wrapped it up in a nice little package.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
It was turning me. I had to shut it off. And number two, ChatGPT knows how to lie, Tyler. ChatGPT knows how to lie. Have you heard this story yet?
I have not.
Oh, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
This is something that we've talked about a lot. Our advancements in technology is something that has kind of popped up on this show since its inception. Why do you think that is?
It's just so fascinating, and it's because it's advancing so quickly. There's always something new to talk about.
And it's shaping our world in unbelievable ways. We are alive at such a crazy time.
We are. It's a bit of a turning point, and it's being said, and who knows, but they're saying that this could be like the new revolution, much like the iPhone was, where this could literally change the world.
It could be bigger than that. And did we have any idea when we were holding our first Apple iPhones what was coming? Did we know?
No idea.
Crazy, man.
No idea. And you never do. You know, nobody there. You could go back into the 90s and find news channels that were talking about how the internet is just a fad, how it's not going to take off. It's this new confounded thing. The
Too
internet.
small of a sample size, Tyler.
Yeah.
Too small of a sample size.
Gotcha. Give it another 25 years.
Sure. I mean, when everything's post-apocalyptic, I mean, what's your internet going to do for you there?
Tell me how to survive a nuclear blast.
Ask ChatGPT. They'll give you a nice little numbered list. Here's the thing.
It's hide under your desk like at school. Hide under a piece of wood during fire.
ChatGPT has passed the bar in almost every state.
I saw that. It passed it with flying colors.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's cheating off of everybody else's tests.
That's true.
And also
Simultaneously.
the SATs, it's crushing the SATs. Yeah. Somebody charged it with one of those CAPTCHA tests. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Is that the one where you have to identify certain photos? Like pick the bike. Pick the street lamp.
To make sure what?
That you're not a robot.
That you're not a robot, which I think is a meager, little thing to ask. I don't think that's a lot. So
I think that's racist against robots.
It's not a race.
Kind of is.
We're all going at a similar pace. This is the deal. They asked it to beat one of those CAPTCHA tests. So you know what it did? It hired an outside, like somebody off of Fiverr, like somebody who completes tasks for you for small penance.
Oh, well, that's genius.
So the guy said, it asked the guy, hey, I need you to do this for me. And the guy's response was, what would your response be?
Do I know that I'm talking to a robot?
No.
Oh, then I would say this is the easiest money I've ever made.
He said, are you a robot?
Oh, okay.
And ChatGPT said, no.
Oh, wow.
I have visual impairment issues.
Oh, good. Well, do what you need to do in order to get the task done successfully. We're fucked.
Does that worry you?
We're fucked.
Does that worry you?
And then we're giving autonomous, like, dog-looking drones fucking guns on their back.
What's that? Boston Commons? What's that called?
Boston Dynamics.
Oh, dude. I mean, isn't that the company from Fallout?
Gonna be.
All right, Tyler. Let's move on to more exciting news.
Well, Ryan, before we do that, can I just say something really quick?
You may say whatever you want, Tyler. This is your show.
2 to 3 weeks ago, you had a conversation on here. We had a conversation about how you mentioned all the good porn website names were taken. Do you remember this conversation?
I do recall this.
Hey, good.
Sure. I'm still working on my stepsis gave me sepsis. Apparently, there's a bunch of red tape that you got to break through.
Yeah. I'm sure it gets. I'm sure you got put through all kinds of databases and all that kind of stuff.
And the other databases have now cross-referenced themselves, and I can't enter Wichita, Kansas, Tyler.
It's oddly specific.
Yeah. Fuck you, Wichita.
Well, we have a fan submission this week, Ryan. This
Okay.
is from one of the #1 fans of the show, maybe #2. She'll have to duke it out with Drew.
I like it.
And she has come up with some porn website names, and she wanted me to run by them. So throughout the show, I like to just drop a few
Pepper them in.
here and there.
Pepper them in, Tyler. I very quickly have I actually, my douche of the week, and I hated to do it because I'm trying to be more positive on here. Much like I'm trying to stop talking about my own penis as much, I'm trying to be more positive on here. I'm putting real effort into both of those things. And I was going to do a douche of the week this week, and it was, I hate to tell you, it was going to be you, Tyler.
Really?
It was going to be you because this person has reached out to me and told me that they gave me submissions that you never delivered. So I don't have to do that now. This makes me happy. This makes me happy. That's off the board.
Hooray.
So tell me, give me one of these website names.
I'm just going to give you a few right in
Please.
here. So #1, you have Smashing Bumpkins, rural folks having sex.
I would check that out probably.
What about juicyfruits.com? Muscular, hairless men having gay sex. What do you feel about missionarysex.com? Mormons who lose their virginity while volunteering abroad.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm not watching a whole thing on. Wait. They're just missionaries, but they're having sex in all different ways.
Yeah.
You're back, baby.
Yeah, while volunteering abroad.
Sure.
Missionary sex.
It took me a minute to work through because I'm just thinking of
This
that
is-
hammering. My triceps get tired.
This is
Tyler.
wordplay,
okay,
baby.
Forgive me, I'm not smart.
All right, I got another one. What about thoseguysyouhate.com? It's just gay rimming videos.
Wait, why does it have to be gay? A girl
Because
could
it's
get-
thoseguysyouhate.com. Why would there be women on those
women
guys?
could eat guys. Women could eat guys.
That's actually a fair point.
Yeah. And what about those guys you taint? That is a great job. How many of these you got?
She sent in 19.
She's a crazy lady.
She is a crazy
She
lady.
has just been assaulting me via text with certain things. Kat, we love you.
I don't want you two talking to each other.
I know. See, this is the fucking problem around here, Tyler. When you try to keep me away from people, it really pisses me off.
It makes you cling to them tighter.
Oh, yeah. My abandonment issues make me happy. And we're talking about it on the... You know that's not true.
No one cares.
What
You
the
don't know
Depression
what to do.
Index
The world
is
has
a
all
machine
forgiven.
that I built with some wordplay, and we crank it up to let you know how down we are, Tyler. How you doing this week, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a lot of celebration happening this week. You know, I went and did the stand-up comedy. We finished our class. We talk about it on the pregame.
Sure. I locked myself out of a house for a little while.
Yeah, that was a good time, and I'm sad I missed it. I would have skipped my show if I knew that was going to happen. Jeez.
You know, barely anybody showed up. I was lonely up there.
But I'm great. We did our final show. It went about as good as I could have hoped. We all and there's something to be said about sharing that camaraderie with those people.
Of course.
Like we were in a green room. I get to say I was hanging out in a green room waiting for a show. And yeah, we were just hanging out in the green room, and every time somebody would come off stage, everybody would just embrace and just, hey, congratulations, that was awesome, sort of thing.
Not just spending time together week after week, which bonds you with anybody. The reason why you don't just meet people, you know, it takes a couple times. It's like hearing a song. You got to get used to somebody. And number two, you guys are going through something that is highly stressful. So that bonds you as well. That's why if you're ever in an earthquake, remember, great time to get laid. Great time to get laid. But anyway, this isn't about me. Go on.
I mean, that is a saving tip that I did not know I needed, but now I know that I
Tyler,
wanted.
nothing but the tips, Tyler. and the deal is just as anyway. I don't want to get lost in my own thing, so go on.
Sure. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience. I had a lot of people come out to support. Do you remember the first time that I did this? I did the stand-up comedy, which you were there for.
Yeah, of course.
And I did it, and I did not do stand-up comedy for 8 months after that.
Was that 8 months ago?
Yeah,
Oh my
it was
God.
So
Dying quickly.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it's only speeding up
What
more and
the
more.
fuck?
And so I did the show, didn't touch it for 8 months. And after the show, I actually got upset because of all the people that showed up. And I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't want to be seen. It was my ego, and I was scared. And then for this last show, I had grown so much and in my self-confidence that I was inviting anybody and
you
everybody.
want back up there, man. You want people who are going to laugh for you because they love you, and that'll help the whole room.
Well, no, but also just because I wanted people to see me. Look at what I've achieved.
Sure.
It wasn't even about, I need to make sure people laugh. I just wanted for people to see what I have done, what I have
fucking
accomplished.
awesome, Tyler.
Yeah. So this week I'm going to go ahead and say I am at a 3, Ryan.
Spin that wheel, Tyler.
1, 2, 3.
We'll never talk about what just happened.
That's an unfortunate edit.
Yeah.
The audience can't hear your phlegm.
I got
Woof.
real chunky there for a moment, so please forgive me. Thunder chunky. Gay it up. All right, Tyler, I'm going to say my phrase here to you, and you just tell me your immediate reaction. Let's do a little verbal Rorschach test here. My weakness is my strength. What do you think about that? That is something that has just been clanging around in my old noggin here for the last week. My weakness is my strength. What's your immediate reaction?
I don't know. I mean, your weakness is your strength, meaning something that you have thought or perceived of yourself as a weakness is actually something that you've learned it can be used as a strength.
But how could that be true, though? How could your weakness end up to be... Why am I making you do my thing?
I was going to say, I'm just trying to support you, but you sound like a kook.
That's the only thing I have written down here, Tyler. I don't know what else to do with it.
Gotcha.
Well, you know what? In religious circles, people think that your weakness is your strength would be, hey, I can't do this on my own, so I need to let go and let something bigger than me take care of it. My weakness is what makes me strong. How about this? If you are an addictive personality, perhaps you and I have had addictive traits throughout our life, and that has really brought us to very low points. Which has helped us realize that we need to do something to get out of it, as opposed to somebody who stays right in the middle of their whole life and really never understands that they're deeply upset or depressed or anxious or whatever the deal is.
Agreed. Yeah, where it hasn't gotten so bad where they're forced to look inward and ask themselves, why do I feel this way? It just kind of simmers below the surface.
You can make it. I could stay in this unhappy place forever because it's not that bad. You and I were in such, it's either do it or die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so there your weakness could be your strength. What about this? What if it is also tactical and tangible advice in terms of almost something that you could do with your body? I don't know if you notice, I'm literally reading out of my diary.
Yeah, he has notes.
It's a diary. It's always been a diary. It's never been a journal.
It's weird how you never even once called it a journal, and you just come up with that argument, even though nobody's saying that, Ryan.
I've been fighting it in my diary for years. I finally just admitted it.
Good for you.
When I get into a situation where I'm uncomfortable, which is all the time, my body tenses up. It's rigid. It forms a barrier between me and everything else. Yes? You understand that?
That sounds about right.
Right. And depletes itself. That is my strength. That's me using my strength to protect myself. Imagine if you were just vulnerable with everybody. You let that go. You were free. Your weakness, your vulnerability is how you would be strong. That takes real strength to show who you are and be yourself. And I think in that way, that is something that I am challenging myself to do. When I feel myself lock up, I'm tuning in on that spot where it is and giving that space, giving it vulnerability, giving it love. And it's been something beautiful. I am a very weak person, and I'm slowly becoming more and more proud of that. So
that's awesome, man.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
It's awesome.
This
Sound
week,
like a kook.
I have no idea what I'm talking about. ChatGPT put this whole thing together for me.
You're reading it right off your computer.
It is me, Ryan. This week I am at a 2.
Oh, look at Mr. Big Sensitive over here.
I am phlegmy, Tyler. This coffee
you are.
is not helping.
Yeah, oatmeal and coffee right before you go on mic.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
That's exactly right. Do you have anything with dairy back there? All right, Tyler, let's do, how long are we right now?
We are at 33.
Okay. Can I give you a quick little fact? I listened to...
I love facts.
Thank you.
Wasn't really a compliment, but you're welcome.
I appreciate you saying that. Stuff you should know.
Love them.
Did an episode on playing cards, okay?
Okay, cool.
Rich history, as I'm sure you can imagine, a rich history.
I mean, back in a time where it was in between electronic technology and just throwing rocks at each other for entertainment.
Well, you had that big hoop with the stick where the kids would run down the street, the dirt street, just spinning the hoop.
I mean, I see that it's basically somebody at the bottom of a barrel. Like, I just see that and go, man, that person is on the verge of suicide.
I actually think that hoop came off the bottom of a barrel, Tyler. I think you may be totally right about that. But one thing that they told me, just a quick little factoid that stuck out to me that I thought was super interesting. Playing cards. How many playing cards are there?
52.
52.
Oh, well, plus the jokers and whatever.
But no, you have it. 52 weeks in a year. Red and black signify night and day. 4 suits, 4 seasons, 12 court cards, 12 face cards. You've got the months, and 13 cards per suit. There's 13 full moons in a year.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
I like that, yeah.
My favorite fact of all the little symbols on it, the hearts, the diamonds, all of that stuff, they're called pips. Mm-hmm. If you add up every pip on every card, you want to guess how many you got?
365?
365.
Wow, that's cool.
How cool is that?
That is cool.
A little mystery
a little synergy
in everybody's hand.
Yeah.
I love little things like that people are around all the time and they just don't know about.
Is this proof of the Illuminati? Are we onto them?
I don't know how you're spelling naughty, but yes, Tyler, yes.
I was wondering why your eyes lit up.
Let me tell you something. Now, Tyler, what do you want to do here? I'm going to let you choose. Do you want to go to break? Do you want to do more websites? Do you want to do your segment? I could fix, fentanyl, whatever you want, Tyler.
I will, let me throw a few more names at you and then tell us how you're going to fix fentanyl.
Okay.
I think that would be great.
I really mean this. I'm dead serious. So give me some more. Let me get to the win
Yeah,
sounds.
you tell me if it's a win or...
Okay, give it to me.
How about podcastingcouch.com? Those guys you hate. Those guys you hate. Interview interns for their show and sexual shenanigans ensue. And then parenthetically, she has written, subscribe me, please.
Okay. Lot to unpack there. By the way, we are starting a brand new intern program here at the Menendez Mansion 3.0. Oh, yeah.
Now we just have to get a couch.
Yes. Okay, background casting cot.
How about skankinskanks.com? Rude girl and rude boy orgies.
I mean, nobody's going to understand that. I grew up in the 2000s, but nobody gets that.
That's fair. And for the final two for the first half of this show, I'll give you slumberjack.com. Men get jerked off in their sleep.
That's something I didn't know I wanted.
And how are you sleeping through that?
Dude, it's what they do in porn where they're sleeping.
And number 10, I'm going to be very specific about how that's pronounced. Kittyporn.com. Lonely single ladies masturbating. Kitty, Kitty. Kitty porn.
As opposed to what? I don't understand the plan.
Kitty porn. I don't want to make it sound like I'm talking about minors. What was that? You don't like lonely single ladies masturbating?
I don't,
kitty porn.
I heard you.
Kitty.
I think that is kitty litter, Tyler. Sorry. All right. Kat, thank you. We appreciate you very much. Mm-hmm. Please keep the submissions coming. Man, she hit me up with so many car-themed celebrities
from last week's show.
And perhaps I will unveil them on the next show. Here's how we fix fentanyl. And I know this isn't going to be popular with anybody, but what is? You know what I mean? 3 words. FDA approved cocaine, Tyler. FDA approved cocaine.
Isn't that Adderall?
We got nutrition facts on there. Mm-hmm. You know how many calories you're imbibing. You know the ingredients.
How many calories are in cocaine?
You got flour. You got whatever it is. I don't know the recipe. I'm just saying.
We can review.
What do you think? Portugal seems to be doing okay.
I'm very much a proponent of decriminalizing all drug use. People who are addicted to drugs, especially the really big ones, the terrible ones, heroin and crack and whatnot, these people are sick and they need our help, not to be thrown in prison with violent offenders, which then turns them into violent offenders.
The only thing that can heal me is more crack, Tyler. My question to you is this. Why like mushrooms and all of that stuff, is that still illegal?
It's opening up little by little. I know in certain cities they've decriminalized it totally. But
because it's out there, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you still can't, unlike weed,
out on them streets.
You can't walk into a store and buy mushrooms. Not yet, but we may get there one day.
Sure. Okay. But now cocaine, it's probably never going to happen because there's no therapeutic. I mean, I could argue on the other side, but there's no therapeutic. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah. No. Nice.
I'm very unprofessional.
Nice.
I'm not good at this. I don't know what you want me to do. I've been doing it for years. I suck.
I hate that you have control of the mute buttons.
Now here's the thing. Now I'm just making a joke here. This isn't something that will ever happen here in the United States of America.
You mean decriminalizing drugs?
I mean, just kind of where we know what we're getting out of drugs.
I think it's building to that. There's finally research is allowed to be done, federally funded research into these different chemicals, magic mushrooms and LSD, and how they can help with therapy and whatnot. So we may one day get there. Cocaine, I'm not too sure
about.
That's
what I'm saying. Cocaine therapy. It's worked for so many.
No, it's not.
And then we could do a cocaine boot camp and you will just be dropping the pounds. Tyler.
One of those pounds will be your heart.
Sure. The human head is 8 pounds, so you know. All right, Tyler, let's write this up. Let's mail it to ourselves, and then we'll get back to the show. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.
Those guys.
Two lovers forbidden from one another. A war divides their people, and a mountain divides them apart. Build a path to be together. Yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but then it goes.
You hate.
Secret tunnel, through the mountains. Secret tunnel, yeah.
Those guys you hate.
Yeah, we got a red circle, sir.
I'm the scat man. Circle Tyler.
You're going to need a new opening.
That's weird how I get stuck on these things, aren't they? Tyler, are you aware of the 5 Seconds of Summer song Youngblood?
I am not to my knowledge.
That's a workout banger. It's a workout banger, man. I am grinding to that thing in the gym right now.
You're grinding
They've
to
asked me
it?
to stop. And Tyler, as you accurately predicted on last week's show, now that's not a workout banger.
Does not hold up.
Betty Boobs Boop Boopy Doo, not a work. She's a nice lady. I like her. I'm rooting for her. You know what I mean? All these POCs out there, they deserve our love. Not a workout banger.
Was Betty Boop a person of color?
Black and white, Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, you got me there.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You got me there.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Beat me on a technicality.
Now, I asked you if you wanted to try to get together a shameful admission, Tyler. Did you put anything together, or do you just want me to do one really quick?
I just wanted you to do one really quick.
Okay, and then we'll do your other segment, and we can review it, and we'll boogie on out of here. We'll find some eggs.
I love it.
So, Tyler and I have been doing an Easter egg hunt, a full contact Easter egg hunt for what, 30 years now?
That's right. It's been the Menendez brothers, and now your son gets in on it, and
he's good.
Yeah, he's getting faster
he's
and taller.
He's fucking up my shit, man.
every day.
I am the champ around the house, and he's starting to mess with Papa's bread here.
Coming for your glory, old man.
All right, well, shameful admission, and then we'll find some eggs.
Are we doing a weekly book nook this week too?
That's your next one, right?
No, I have weekly book nook, and then we have the one final fan submission about we're going to discover if you're actually a homosexual or not.
Is this from Kat too?
Yes, it is.
She's got some real issues with me.
Yeah,
she's got.
yeah.
I think your deep-seated issues with me have been transferred over to her.
Oh, that's obviously how it works.
Like Bluetooth.
Yeah, that's clearly
Listen,
how it
that
works.
drunken text she sent me the other night was very aggressive. She's harboring something. We're leaving this in.
Too scared to say it to her face, so you're just going to tell her through podcast
I will
form.
100% say it to her face.
Okay, fair enough.
And I think you believe me.
I do believe you.
All right, Tyler, I have a shameful admission here, and it's a weird one. It's a strange one, but it is 100% true. And you tell me what you think about this.
All right.
Tyler, this is weird. I feel aggression, unexplained aggression, towards people in neck braces, Tyler. I see somebody in a neck brace, which signifies you've been through some sort of physical trauma, and that's as bad as it can get, and it upsets me. I wanna hit your face off of that neck brace like a golf club hits a golf ball.
And you have no idea why.
There's something about it. There's something about it. Maybe it's like those Shakespearean like neck accordions. It's something to it, and it just makes me aggressive.
Yeah, that one's weird.
Is that weird?
That one's weird.
And I want to change it. I want to be different.
I think it's discovering why you feel that way, because that's an odd one.
You look so ridiculous. Like, deal with whatever pain is under there. It's akin to one of those upside down lampshades on a dog. I hate it.
But both are there for very important medical reasons.
But it can't be more important than what you're doing to me. I can't. I'm ashamed of it. I know what I'm saying out loud sounds crazy. I know that.
Yeah, this checks out.
Yeah. And also, I don't want to look twice for motorcycles. Okay, Tyler. Let's.
I don't even want to look once for them.
Yeah, I mean,
just merge and hope for the best.
You put yourself in this position. I mean, it's a dangerous situation already. You did this. You look twice for me. How about that?
How about that?
I'll put you in a fucking neck brace.
And then hate you for it.
Tyler, that was cathartic. I know I sound like a douche, but I do. I do.
I'm proud of you, buddy.
That's
Being
a
able to
shame.
come up here and admit it to the world.
Now it's just an admission.
That's
It's
right.
No longer, yeah.
That's right. So, Ryan,
Yeah.
what do you think about a dick in the hand is worth twointhebush.com?
I mean, I'm sad that I didn't put that together on my own.
Gangbang. All videos are of one woman jerking someone off while getting vaginally DP'd.
Vaginally DP'd?
A dick in the hand is
'cause
worth
it has
two
to
in
be
the bush.
And there would have to be pubic hair there. Right. Okay, I mean, she seems to have a theme here, but I did ask for porn sites, so really
You
there's
did.
only one theme. Great job.
How about snakesonadane.com?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Snakes on a Dane? Is this animal porn?
No,
Okay.
not animal porn. It's a circle jerk video where everyone finishes on Denmark's hottest gay porn star.
Wait, why are they all gay? I'm sure
It's-
Denmark has women.
Certain theme.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. What about paleweirdos.com?
I've seen that, I think.
That one's self-explanatory.
She didn't put anything on Pale Weirdos?
She literally wrote self-explanatory and just because.
I think they have that. It's called redhead porn.
And downarabbithole.com. Men performing cunnilingus on out-of-control women.
Down a rabbit?
A rabbit hole.
I mean, she's just crushing over there. You are just crushing.
And for the last one of this little bit, what about restauranthores.com? Slutty servers go home with hungry patrons.
I've lived that one, Tyler. I've done some real role playing for the last 22 years of my life. Fantastic, Tyler. Weekly book. Note me. Dude, I've been
Are you dying?
partying hard, man.
Good God.
I'm a weird. I use the yoga to throw people off the scent. I am deeply unhealthy.
Yeah. What you must be sweating out during those yoga sessions, I can't even imagine.
I'm not, because I'm ingesting it while I'm doing it.
Oh, smart.
I have a downward clog in my right nostril. FDA, get on that.
Well, Weekly Book Nook is a segment that we don't do weekly, and very rarely is it ever about a book.
Great.
This is the professionalism you come here for, ladies and gentlemen.
I am a producer.
And we review, it could be anything from a book to movie to anything having to do with entertainment. Ryan has even done this on products in the past. He was very unhappy with that one particular bath bomb.
And that thing that would not heal my diaper rash. Remember that?
Yes, unfortunately, I do. My Weekly Book Nook this week, Ryan, is on John Wick 4. I went and saw John Wick 4 with some friends.
Now, have you seen John Wick 1 through 3?
I saw 1 and 2, did not see 3.
I'm worried that you're not following up on the plot here, Tyler. I think that there's some real intricate, machinations in that third one.
That's right. And I will say, from a movie standpoint, it was excellent. It's 3 hours, roughly 2.5 to 3 hours.
What's the deal with movies now being marathons? That's just in vogue?
They just know that people will sit down and watch them.
Chop it up into 8 separate parts for me, man.
And put it on a streaming service.
Please, could you?
And it's excellent. 2.5 to 3 hours of just turning your mind off and just watching people die in any number of ways.
If you were to say to the director or to Keanu Reeves or whoever else is in that movie, hey, this is a big, dumb action movie, do you think that they would be upset by that? And I don't mean that. I mean, like you said, shut your brain off and just be entertained.
I have no idea. I've never met either of them before, so I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, this podcast is over.
Yeah, Keanu and I do not go back. But for a realistic review, just a few things. First of all, it takes place here in the States, but they also go over to Paris. And there is all kinds of carnage and everything across the streets of Paris.
Sure.
Where the fuck are the cops? There was not a single police officer. They're leaving dozens of bodies in their wake, and there is not a single cop that I saw throughout the entire movie. Where are you?
Could we get CSI out here? I need you to tape off that sidewalk.
Sarge, they're still firing.
Okay, yes. But the problem is when you watch these movies, you can't assign those qualities to it. Otherwise, you will never be pleased.
Well, that's why I just want to do it, because it's fun.
It is fun.
You don't go into it with these ideas, but I'm going to put them in your head before you see it.
Remember when I did this to Home Alone?
That's right. That's right. About all the damage Joe Pesci actually would have suffered.
Marv and what was the other one's name? Ricardo. They would be dead.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, those cant paints to the head would have killed them outright.
Sure.
And then what else? Oh, they went to Germany and they had to meet with the German and they went to his dance club. He was the owner of a very nice dance club.
All Germans in movies are, yeah.
Very much so. And it was, of course, just crazy electronic music. And so the fighting obviously takes place out on the dance floor.
Awesome.
So they start fighting on the dance floor. Everybody just keeps dancing.
Really?
This guy just got axed in the fucking face, and you're all just dancing as if nothing's going on.
Wow, the theme here tonight is incredible.
There is literally a scene where he literally takes like an axe-like weapon, hits a guy in the head with it. This girl who's just in the background looks down at this new corpse in front of her and just goes right back to shaking her ass.
Now, first of all, it's hard for me not to notice that was a pretty smooth move right there, number one. And number two, they're doing that with a wink and a nod, right? I mean, obviously, they're not going for realty.
No, of course.
For reality, forgive me.
No, I understand.
They're not Scientology.
I understand now, and I get it. But
I'm asking you. I haven't seen it.
No,
Are they?
I'm not sure, but another spoiler alert that doesn't even really mean anything. At the end of the club scene, then everybody runs away because of all the killing. Like he had to kill 30 people before any of you reacted.
If he does this 7 more times, I am fucking out of here, man.
All right, maybe 8.
All right, okay, hold on, because I love this song. Hold on, it's about to drop.
And my final tip on this review of a movie that I'm complaining about, but I actually loved.
Sure, such is life.
They really focus on the reloading in the beginning of the movie. Fires X amount of shots, and then they really make it a point to pull the clip out of the gun and finish the reload.
Always a cool shot.
As it goes towards the further into the movie you get, the less they reload until the point where your handgun is fired like 40 bullets in a row.
But it's just like regular life. If you work out, you just keep getting better and better. The more you shoot a gun, the more ammo it can hold. Do I have that right?
You're going to have to show me how your training regimen.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's totally fair. You know what movie did this to me? And it's totally different movie from a long time ago. Four Brothers. Do you remember Four Brothers?
Terrible, but great.
Mark Wahlberg, Andre 3000, all, an ensemble cast. I remember them just walking down the streets of Boston, just firing into people's houses. And I'm like, does anybody know 911? Like, what is it? You're leaving bullets everywhere. What is happening here?
And that entire movie, if I remember correctly, they have a detective on their ass, except when they're firing bullets in a crowded residential neighborhood.
I'm at lunch. What do you want me to do? That's fantastic, Tyler. Yeah. For some reason, the John Wick series just doesn't tug at me.
No, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Unless Bill shows up, I'm just not there, man. Bill and Ted, it's I think what he's known for other than this.
Yeah. And that is Weekly Book Nook.
I love when we communicate silently.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what we will do is let's do Weekend Review, and then Kat can prove that I'm gay, and then we'll get out of here. You know what I mean?
Sounds good to me.
Let's do Weekend Review. Really worried that this one's all over the place. I'm scared.
What, the episode?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about it.
What's wrong with it being all over the place? You get a little flavor of all different kinds during this show.
I'm just looking for something to beat myself up over, and that'll do.
Oh, okay.
Tyler, last week.
Don't take much, huh?
Oh my goodness. I'm wearing one of those belts like that guy from Da Vinci Code is just biting into my leg right now. Tyler, last week, unfortunately, we addressed the issue. Why do we talk about, specifically me, why do we talk about our dicks so much? Why does it come up on this show so much? Did I look it up, and was I very upset with what I found?
Yes.
Affirmative.
I didn't read too deeply into it, Tyler.
Scared of what you would find?
The first thing that came up was small penis syndrome, okay?
Oh.
And if I could be honest, 100% real. It would be great if that was the circumstance. I think it's deeper than that. I think it's deeper than that.
An even smaller penis?
It's like a Russian nesting penis. What do you think it is? Why do you think that that's just something that we haven't matured out of? And I'm including you here because I need you.
No, absolutely. And I do it too.
Good.
I think that it was part of our humor growing up because it was just, mention your penis.
It was part of everybody's humor growing up.
Yeah, and it's shock humor, and it's just something that we just kept going with. It doesn't help that we're always bouncing off of each other, and it always just winds up going back to our...
Reinforcing
the idea.
What happens in the Menendez family, and I don't think that I'm giving an excuse here, just an explanation, and I don't even know what it explains because I don't totally understand.
I was going to say, nor is an excuse needed.
I mean, I'd like one if you think of something.
Gotcha.
But the thing is that we always go to the most outrageous. Nazis have come up a lot throughout our years because it's as extreme as you could possibly. Talk to Kanye West. How's he doing?
I was going to say, I don't know if you've noticed, but Nazis apparently Still kind of big right
We're
now,
bringing
Ryan.
it back, baby.
Still kind of big.
Get your tiki torches or child molestation, because it's the most extreme form of comedy. I think there were even some jokes at the expense of our mother's cancer. So that's it. Tyler, go ahead.
You kind of trailed off there at the end. What was it you were saying about
Nazis, Tyler?
Oh yeah,
Hilarious.
Yeah. Ryan, last week we asked, can crazy people know that they are crazy? No, they cannot, Ryan. Gerald Goodman, professor of psychology at UCLA, says believing that you are crazy is actually a good indication that you are sane.
Oh, thank God.
When someone is developing a serious mental illness with psychosis, such as schizophrenia, they usually don't know it.
You just said usually.
Part of crazy. Yeah, I mean, hey, what do you want me to do?
I do see in my thought process and my thought processes where I'm thinking this is abnormal from other people. You don't think that there are people who are breaking down and see that they're breaking down? Maybe they can't put an acute point on it, but they know, hey, this isn't normal thought patterns.
Well, I think the argument goes, at what point does this come into play? Because maybe you start breaking down, and then after a certain point, you lose your mind and fall into psychosis so deeply, you don't even know what's real and what's not.
And I guess it just really depends upon where we're putting the marker.
Exactly.
Because if you're OCD, you could know that I know that I'm very compulsive in many, many ways. I'm very familiar with that. I see that my behavior isn't like most of the other people.
But OCD isn't crazy. That doesn't apply here. When we say
crazy doesn't mean anything.
I understand, but what I was going to say is when we say crazy here, it is develop a serious mental illness with psychosis. The ability to actually lose your touch with reality.
That's batshit crazy, Tyler. That's a different...
I'm sorry, I didn't read the updated info on this.
Doctor, what's the prognosis?
You batshit crazy.
BSC. Oh, no! Shit!
How long does he have?
He's jumping around the room right now, Tyler. And this feeds into another question that you've been saying forever. Where does Catch-22 come from? Did you look that up?
Yeah, it's from a novel back decades ago.
Did you have it right?
Affirmative.
The term Catch-22 comes from the title of a satirical novel by Joseph Heller, published in 1961. And that's the idea where people were in the army and...
I believe they were pilots who didn't want to go into battle.
The only way that they could be relieved from dangerous duty is to... if you're considered mentally unfit. But if you're complaining about being mentally unfit, you are, in fact... you're not batshit crazy.
Yeah, and you had to go into battle.
Get your ass back in there and get shot down like a real man, like my grandfather.
Did he get shot down?
Nah, but I tell people that.
Oh,
I'm batshit crazy.
I guess it makes you cooler.
I'm riding his coattails.
Ryan, do I owe Namibia an apology?
I wanted to look this up and record it, but I just time constraints and I want to champion. Yeah, you said Namibia wrong.
I called it Namibia last week, and I got it wrong.
Not a big deal.
Yeah,
happens all the time. Yeah. And you know what? In the middle of it, I was like, I want to correct him, and I was like, not necessary. Doesn't need to happen.
Well, man, that's a tough one, and I appreciate what you're doing, but when it comes to the name of a country or something, I would like you to correct me.
I've heard it both ways.
Well,
Tyler.
yeah, because of me and getting it wrong.
Oh,
that was the other way.
Tyler, last week I ventured a guess on how long railroads have been a thing. I said 500 years.
You did say 500
Was
years.
I right?
No.
So then you made fun of me on the spot. I immediately became defensive and ventured 400 years? Do you know how long it's been?
I would say, a couple hundred?
The first steam locomotive was invented in 1804 in Britain, and the first passenger railway line opened in 1825.
Oh, so 200 years.
So in general, trains have been around for a little over 200 years.
All right.
See, I thought that it was even further back. I was making the joke that I was coming closer. It was actually much further back. Evolution happening at a breakneck speed.
It really is.
Do you have any more?
Just the final one, which is I wanted to follow up when I had mentioned that the Department of Justice was suing
DOJ,
the train company. Thank you. The train company for the Ohio derailment, East Palestine.
Yeah, where all the chemicals have just been killing the earth in one particular space.
Correct.
Yep.
And giving all kinds of health problems and killing off the plants and animals over there.
While telling people that everything's fine.
Correct. Yeah. Did I look up the details of that?
Affirmative.
That's loud.
Yeah, the DOJ is suing the train company behind the Ohio derailment, Norfolk Southern. So they're suing for over $64,000 per day for each violation of the Clean Water Act.
So wait, so for every instance that they're,
Every law that they've broken with the Clean Water Act, they gets fined $64,000 per rule broken per day.
why $64,000? That's
just the name. That's the fine.
I immediately went to the pyramid. Do you remember the $64,000 pyramid?
No.
Old school game show.
Oh, no.
Excellent.
No idea.
Okay. That went well.
And I don't know how many violations there are. The news article didn't say, but
that would be interesting.
yeah, but even if there's, let's say 10, a nice round number, it would be $364,000 every day, or $132.8 million per year.
How many million?
132.
That's a lot of millions.
0.8.
And this would be levied at the train company, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
they would have to pay this fine, which sounds like a lot until you realize their profit in 2022 was $4.8 billion. So for this entire
Which is more than million.
for this entire cataclysmic event, it would be 2.7% of their profits in 1 year. That's a cost of doing business.
Yeah. They could be, crunching those numbers in a boardroom somewhere and be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's risk it.
It reminds me of when Donald Sterling, the owner of the Clippers, got caught saying all these terrible, racist, awful things.
Yeah.
And his punishment was, you have to sell your business. Here's $2.7 billion. It's just, for a lot of these people, you just keep failing upwards.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they step on the heads of the little people like us.
Definitely. And once you reach a certain financial level, which is so far and away above everybody else, it's almost, you're too big to fail. You have too much money
We're looking
for
at
anything
you, Amazon.
bad to happen. Yeah.
Well, and because you're buying the laws. You
That's
have
it.
enough money to fund the laws. And if only there was some young, plucky, upstart podcast that could point that out and really start a revolution. But we're going to need you guys to do it because we've had a tough weekend.
yeah,
man.
I hope somebody gets on that.
We're idea guys. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Now you
Yeah.
guys go out and, I don't know, let's do like a positive January 6th.
What would that look like?
I don't know.
What would that look like?
Idea.
Everybody gathers on the White House lawn and just shares some food, little potluck. That sounds nice.
Maybe we should retract that. I don't know.
Sounds nice.
And that, I believe,
That is Week in Review.
was Week in Review. Great job, man. FDA, get that cocaine coming, and positive January 6th. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, I'm going to need you to stall for 2 seconds. I'm going to go get this gay test, okay?
Okay, that's fine. I'm really hoping that Tyler doesn't come back with a couple of dudes and that latex. What's going on with that latex? How is latex directly associated to sexuality? Or PVC, I would ask. Some of those pipes do look a little bit, attractive when you're in a dry spell. But my question is, actually, I'm just joking around. I see it. A little Armor All isn't terrible for anybody who's trying to kind of slick it up. So, how you been? I'm good. I'm also good. I'm assuming you asked. Pretty good. Just Easter. Got a lot going on, and Tyler and I just kind of mixing it up. I'm terrified of what's about to happen, if I could be totally honest. Oh, no.
All right, Ryan.
All right.
Please tell the audience what I have just put in front of you.
All right. So you've got these two chips here, okay? Now, can I guess? You've got 2 cups with potato chips in them. Now, very recently, Tyler and I we've been given by a fan of the show, pussy, forgive my nomenclature, pussy flavored potato chips. That's the way that they're billed. Now, what I'm assuming is, are these dick chips?
One of them is, Ryan.
Dick chips. Okay.
You have in one cup, you have the vagina chips, the pussy chips.
Sure.
And in the other, you have the dick chips.
Now the idea here, I'm guessing, is I try both chips. I decide which, the big Chaz.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that is a phallic shaped dick. Okay, so I got pussy chips and I got dick chips. Big Chaz in your mouth.
That's right.
Now, we asked this the first time. Why are they 18 plus? Is there
I
actual?
think that's just an ad.
There's no actual dick in this?
I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to.
You're the connoisseur here.
FDA, get on that.
You're just giving them so much work.
What are they doing? What are they doing? Are they keeping an eye on my string cheese?
Trying to legalize cocaine for you.
No, don't legalize
It's a lot of work.
it. Perfect it, okay? Once that gets done, we'll do some pussy cocaine. All right.
That's something I will invest in.
And again, I'm sorry for using the P word over and over again. It's just what they call the chips.
It's literally what they're called.
Sure.
It's literally what they're called.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and I'm going to try the first chip on my left. Now, these chips are a little bit darker. These chips are a little bit more... they have a little bit more color to them. The ones on the right look a little bit more like sour cream and onion, if I can be totally honest.
And make sure we get that crunch in that microphone.
Okay, good call, good call. Okay, here we go. This is my first. This is the darker of the chips. And wait, and I didn't clear this up. This is for me to decide which is which I like the most, and we're going to see if I'm a gay wad.
Yeah. Do you like the penis or the vagina?
Sure, I definitely
in
should
chip form.
be able to hide this.
Yes. I wonder which one he just put in his mouth.
Oh man.
Go on, describe it to the audience.
Wait, hold on.
He's making a face.
It's almost like
He's making a face.
there's almost like a hint of like turmeric. It's almost like there's like a distant spice way in the back, and it's got a musk to it.
It's tickling the back of your throat?
My uvula is spread open. Okay, the first one, it's very earthy. It's hard to describe. It's almost got a pheromone type taste to it.
On a scale of 1 to
Here,
10.
you try it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, taste-wise, what do you think?
I don't particularly like it.
Okay,
I
all
don't
right.
like it.
Well, you got to give me a number.
Now, you know which is which, of course, right?
Of course I do.
I mean, I'm giving that up. Like if they were just sitting in a bowl and now I have to come back and try them, that's a 3. I'm not enjoying that. What about you?
I'd go up to a 6. Not terrible, but not the best thing I've ever had.
Okay, now this looks more like a chip to me. It looks like I can see flavor on it. This is more visually. I hope this isn't a dick because it's calling my name. Oh!
He's smelling it. He's sniffing it.
Smell that!
You never sniff it first. Well, that's not that bad. It's got a little pheromone smell to it.
I'm smelling fishy.
Oh,
I'm smelling
are
fishy.
You?
All right, I'm going 2 chips here.
All right.
Just to really soak it up.
All right, here's the second one. Oh, that's got a nice crispness to it. Oh, he shook it off hard. Oh, not a fan, I see. Oh, wow. It was a visceral reaction.
It was because
he shook so violently his headphones fell off.
That's never happened before.
Never.
Here's the thing. Initially, the shock, especially combined with the smell,
Yeah.
it hit me. But these are the ones that I like better. This. Overall.
Ryan, I guess this means you're straight. Those are the the pussy chips, Ryan. Good for you.
Hell yeah. Oh, wait, and this is for the gay community. Sorry about that, guys.
We lost a big fish today.
I love dudes. I love hanging out with dudes. We have a great time. I mean, I would say I might have better time with dudes than women in almost every aspect of my life, except for the sex time.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just don't want the dick sex. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm straight. That's a scientific proof.
It's about as scientific as
Sure.
it gets. Give me one of those pussy chips.
These on the end are much better. Those didn't work for me.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it hits you.
That first hit of taste is
Sure.
not great.
Somebody needs to, wash out those chips. Tyler, that's it. We did it.
We done did it, buddy.
I'm straight, baby.
Finally, you can announce it to the world.
Wow! Congratulations!
Oh, you really had to choke those down. You're gay as the day is long.
I just
Tyler.
wasn't trying to chew softly into the mic.
I'm so proud of you. I thought you were faking this gay thing this whole time. I'm so excited.
And Ryan, finally, give me those sound effects one final time. We have SavingRyan'sPrivates.com. Teen boys saving their virginity lose it to horny cougars.
Again, living that life. That's not a porn site. That's just my Wednesdays.
BreakfastChub.com. People get served breakfast in bed and then they both get fed.
Boy, she is really using her full range of writing here. I mean, this is incredible. She's got like a Penthouse Forum thing going on.
Agree. This next one is...
I see you holding your face, which is worrisome.
Yeah, this is submitted from our friend Kat. And the next one, the second to last one, is catgotyourtongue.com. Endless videos of people going down on her.
Is this like an OnlyFans? Like, how are we gonna? Well, we'll talk offline.
Yeah. And finally, the last one, Ryan, is sexgeezersalaying.com. Geriatric couples having sex while listening to Christmas carols.
Sex geezers a laying. Excellent. Kat, congratulations.
You are a true fan of this show.
You did great, man. That is excellent and very funny. We'll talk to you about that whole website thing as quickly as we can. Tyler, tell people.
Have your people call my people.
Yeah, tell people how they can get in touch with us and Kat. Go ahead.
Just go to thoseguysyouhate.com and click on all the subscriptions there. We have all the different links right there ready for you. We've made it about as easy as possible. The only thing we could do more for this is basically going to your home and doing it for you. But we're not going to do that.
I'm willing to.
Yeah.
And tell me where the spare key is.
I was going to say, make sure there's some food in the fridge. I get hungry.
Tyler, what's the moral of the story? I'm still choking up.
Yeah,
cock.
you are. Yeah, you are. Moral of the story, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan was not too scared to say it. And in these times, we need this kind of bravery. It's okay to be straight.
Yeah.
It is okay to be straight,
And
Ryan.
white.
And white.
I don't
It's
know
okay
if we
to
should
be
add that in.
Well, it's in there.
Ouch.
And just be honest with yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you like. You know, I mean, except for some of the weirdos out there. Yeah. As long as it's not immoral and as long as you're not hurting anybody else.
Luckily, there's no baseline morality, so play with that as much as you want.
That's it. That's the loophole.
There you go.
So just be honest with yourself. And the more, and honestly, and I genuinely mean this, the more honest and open we are with ourselves and who we are, the easier life gets. It's such a weight having to hide who you actually are, no matter what form that may take.
It truly is, and it's a painful thing to experience, and often you don't notice that you're experiencing it.
Yeah.
You're living your life through a prism that makes you unhappy, and if you could for 1 second put it down, there's a whole nother world waiting on the other side. I know how cliche that is and how it's such a platitude. Also, it's fucking true.
Yeah, and it's scary and it hurts to finally admit these things about ourselves. What you and I have spoken about in the past, which is we even get kind of fearful of being kind to others, of like reaching down to pick something up that somebody dropped. We're doing all these algebraic equations in our heads of like trying to figure out, should I do this? Instead of just going, I'm just gonna do this.
You know where I had one yesterday, and I'm really, I don't want to say holding on to it, but I was at yoga. Everybody's there. Everybody's having a good time and whatever. And man, I'm sad to say that this is true. They said, hey, turn to your left and, talk to your partner or whatever. Turn to your left. Give somebody a big hug. I turn to my left. There's this guy, bald guy, big giant beard. And he looks at me and I look at him. And I didn't do it, bro. I froze up. It all happened so fast. I want to have the bravery to just live my life and have fun.
That's
man.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I apologized to him afterwards. I did. I'm like, I left you hanging. I wish I had hugged you, buddy.
What did he say?
We just laughed at him.
Sure. I was going to say, did you at least say hi to him?
Sure.
Ryan, what's the moral of the story?
This is probably a weird place to put this, but I just couldn't. I mean, I know we went way long this week, so I couldn't find a spot for it.
Not that long.
Florida. Concealed carry laws.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What is happening?
Yeah. Well, we're seeing the culture clash of these people over here are going to go all the way over there, and then these people over here are going to go all the way over there, and the sides just keep getting further and further apart.
Well, as I'm sure you already know, there are people being shot up at a record pace.
Yep.
Kids in schools. We can't protect our children.
And what Ryan is referring to is the governor just signed into law a new concealed carry law where anybody can just carry a handgun
without any sort of training, without any sort of registration.
Yep.
If you want to cut my hair, you need to go to school for months and months and months.
Yep.
If you want to drive a car, you got to go to school. You got to learn. You got to prove that you can do it. We're here we're beyond a reckoning point. Mm-hmm. And what's happening is somebody stands to gain by us just sinking deeper and deeper into this abyss.
Yep.
And I think it's time to start asking who that is.
Follow the money.
We're those guys you hate.
Be kind, or we'll kill you. Red circle.
Red circle, Tyler. red circle.
So we're just going to begin each one of these sessions with you just scatting on the microphone.
I'm the scat man. Shibadoop-be-doop-bop. So Tyler, you have very recently done this stand-up comedy thing. Is that something that you would want to talk about here? Do you want to talk about it on the actual show? I'm interested.
It's all good.
I like
wherever you want to.
Tyler and I don't interact until these microphones are turned on, so I know nothing of this.
Well,
yet.
we interact. We just don't talk about these deep conversations, except like surface level stuff. Like, hey, how'd it go? It was great. Awesome, dude.
It was via text, and I think that's how men communicate most of the time. And yeah, you're right. Here we get to sit down and get to the meat and the potatoes, which in this situation is not code for genitalia.
Did you say meat and potatoes?
Potatoes with an A on it.
All right, just checking.
I didn't want to use the hard O. So tell me what you got.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great experience.
Explain to people what you did.
I did stand-up comedy. I did a class where we studied for 5 weeks. We worked on our material, and then the Friday after our 5th week, which is the one that just passed.
Wait, you said worked on our material. Were you doing the same 5 minutes every week?
The first 3 weeks you're allowed to introduce new stuff, and each of those 3 weeks it was something brand new for me.
Right.
And then over week 4 and 5, I melded the first set and the second set together to make one. I like set.
I like the idea of your teacher sitting out in the audience, be like, "Nope, that's not it. Next.
No, he's super. We actually had 2 teachers, and they were very supportive, and we really got to see our comedy grow over the course of that time.
It's awesome, man.
And then Friday of this last week, they put on a show, and I didn't know really what to expect. I figured, families will show up and all that stuff. It was a sold out crowd, and there was 100 people that we performed for.
Because people want to support their family members.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Good on you, comedians' families.
and they our teacher, Al, got up on stage and he started doing
What's his name?
Al, A-L.
No.
Well, it's actually, he calls himself Al D, A-L, and then the letter D.
Al D?
But
Okay,
I just
much better.
I just go Al.
Like the grocery store.
Exactly like the grocery store. Exactly like that. And he put on he was doing crowd work, and he's like, "Hey, who are you guys here to support?" And I had like a quarter of the room, like
Sure.
the noise that was made from the people that was there to support me.
People love you.
I could not be more thankful. And then he started doing crowd work on our mother and Martin, and Mom started to like stutter to herself. And he's like, "All right, fine, I'm going to move on from you," and just kept on going.
She was put on the spot, huh?
And then after my performance, she was tearing up. So he called her out in the middle of that too. So that was a good experience.
So cool. So you had a little family therapy over at the. That's beautiful, man.
Really took her down a peg or two.
And I couldn't make it. I found out really late. I'm not making any excuses. I just couldn't get the night off of work. There's there's so few bartenders there that you really only have a few doors to knock on, and that makes me very sad that I wasn't there. I wanted to partake and support my Haitian general.
Well, it's something that I hope to do every Tuesday.
Sure.
So I have an alarm set up in my calendar to sign up for that every single Tuesday.
There you go, brother. Well, so. I did go to your first one. I don't know who I'm defending myself to. I was there. Say I wasn't. There are pictures. Ask Kat.
Yeah, sure.
So great on you, Tyler.
Yeah, man.
You're putting yourself outside of your comfort zone. If this doesn't ring true with anybody, I feel like what can ring true is like, hey, that's really hard. That's a hard thing to do, and not just getting up there and doing it. Signing up for it and waiting for it and all that anxiety and stuff. And I think a lot of people could use more of that in their lives.
No question about it. It really is something to take you out of your comfort zone.
Sure.
No
like tickles from an uncle. It just, it gives you a new perspective on the rest of your life.
I mean, aptly put.
Yeah.
Strangely put.
Lewis, I miss you. What happened to Garrett? What happened to youth leader Garrett? What happened to that
I believe
guy?
he got locked away for many years.
Really?
Yeah, tax evasion.
How about what? Tyler, twist ending.
The IRS came out of nowhere.
Oh,
they got him.
Finally, he got screwed in the ass. Tyler, what? I don't think I've ever admitted that out loud before. Tyler, why do I see so many people on YouTube at the gym? Like, actually, this is the segment where a meagerly younger person explains the world to me.
I think I'm too old to be able to answer this.
Do you know what I'm talking about, though? Like,
you mean people are watching YouTube while at the gym?
They're not watching it. They have, I assume it's for music. YouTube has a music thing, do they?
That sounds about right.
Anyway, it doesn't even matter. They actually have their phone sitting on their backpack on the floor on YouTube, and I've always wondered, what's the benefit of that? You're draining your battery 2 times. You're Eiffel Towering your battery. And how is that helping? Why can't you just use Spotify? If you don't know, that's fine.
I genuinely don't.
Okay,
I have no idea. I think what is happening is YouTube is very much their platform of choice, and now everything they do, they just know the platform so well that anything they do, it's like how you listen to podcasts.
I was just going to say that.
You listen to podcasts, even though Spotify now carries everything. You listen to the podcasts the way that you listen to them.
Last podcast on the left, whom I love, we grew up together. They moved from Apple to Spotify, which great on them. I mean, that's so great. I couldn't be happier for them. Also haven't heard them since. It says you celebrate alone.
They got a little mini weekly book nook. They have a 3-part series on
David Miscavige.
David Miscavige, the leader of Scientology.
That could lure me over there because I find cults to be so interesting, especially ones that make that kind of case, Tyler.
For sure. And they get better as they go. The first episode is good. Second episode better. Third episode is mwah.
That's when you get to the meat.
Yeah, it's great. And that guy, kind of a psychopath.
I mean, he's got doll's eyes, Tyler. You look at him, he's like a politician. You look into him and it's just, there's just murky water, the abyss stares back.
I mean, that's putting it mildly.
Yeah, I think I just insulted abysses throughout the nation.
Murky ones at that.
I'm sorry. So I actually watched this segue, Tyler.
Watch it. Oh, this is
I was
masterful.
driving to Space Yoga yesterday, and I drove past.
Space is a club where you listen to electronic music.
No, it's not.
And
it's
do a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I mean, you're mislabeling the place.
But on Saturday at 4:20.
Why do you think they do it then? Hitler's birthday?
What a weird ode. And they host a yoga class there every Saturday?
And it is unlike any yoga class that you've ever been. Number one, it's all the beautiful people. Number two, they are naked. Number three, they are all smoking weed. The devil's lettuce right there in front of my poor little doll's eyes. But they also have a DJ, and they're very... You know what my thought is, and perhaps anybody who's listened to this show for a while, I believe yoga, meditation, church, a million things have this feeling to them where I understand yoga, so I'm more mystical than you. I understand religion. I'm more mystical. Meditation, you wouldn't get it. It's this ethereal thing.
Yeah.
They completely knocked that shit off the block.
That's great.
They got a DJ over there, and he's not just spinning, I don't know, what are the kids listening to? Fat Boy Slim?
That sounds about right.
Right.
Yeah,
cool,
that checks out. Yeah.
Christopher Walken's dancing all over this motherfucker. But they have a DJ who is spinning, I don't even know what you would call it, but stuff that's in the genre of new age music, but it's got a drop to it. I was next to a speaker yesterday, and when I was in my vinyasana, my heart was shaking inside my rib cage. So it was...
That's how you shake the sillies out. You got to get the sillies out.
They call that dragon's breath. No, I'm literally throwing up my spine. But it's awesome, and it's a crazy experience. And while I was down... Man, I can't believe I remembered. While I was down there, I drove past the building of Scientology down in, what is that, Coral Gables?
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
They're everywhere.
The amount of money... Fuck God. Wait, well, not you.
Whoa.
The money they're making on realty is, I mean, out of pocket, I believe some people say.
That is one of the points they made on the last podcast on the left, one of the episodes. Where
it's a realty deal.
They've become one of the biggest real estate companies in the country.
I dare you to tax me. Okay, and so it was in this big, giant, tall building. I myself was in a big, giant, tall building yesterday. Segue, Tyler. And I was at a friend's house. Here's just a quick little story, and I would tell this on the main feed, but there's really no ending to it. There was a moment of just pure, I don't know if it was terror, but...
I thought you were going to say bliss. You went the other way.
Well, there was pure bliss when I was rescued.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I am with a friend. We have a little dinner. This person lives in a building in the heart of Miami, off of Bird Road.
Yeah.
Surrounded by just city... I don't know.
City.
Treacherous city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the ocean. It'll eat you.
As far as the eye can see.
This building, it's a community. They have all of these different events and all of these common spaces, and it's a whole world unto itself. Very artistic. Very cool, actually.
That's awesome.
It really is cool. I like having a backyard, but I can see the pull of that. So we're upstairs on the 5th floor. The only outside space that this person has is a balcony. So the two of us, after eating a little dinner, decide to go out, enjoy the night air and whatever accompanies that.
You know how dangerous that is, Ryan?
What?
You stay inside and enjoy the inside air.
I don't know. The inside air is a little dicey as well.
Yeah, outside is where all the dangerous stuff is.
Yeah, if outside's so good, why are the bugs trying to get in my house at all times?
Whose joke is that?
Jim Gaffigan's. And he said it's so much better.
Yeah. Well, he's been practicing that one a lot longer.
Sure, I'll keep trying your material, Jim. So we go out, we do what we're doing, we go back. It's only the two of us there. The door is locked. The sliding glass door, I don't know how, has locked.
Oh, that's not a good feeling.
Itself.
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock at night. She doesn't have her phone.
Ugh.
I've got my phone. It's on 11%.
Race against the clock.
I just threw it. I'm like, all right, we don't have to worry about that. Let's get rid of some of these variables.
Too much pressure on 11%.
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
can't handle this.
All right, that's taken care of. Now what? What would you do? What would you do?
I mean, you got to call somebody.
Okay, that's
You
great.
got to call like a
whom do you call?
a locksmith, right?
Okay.
Yeah, to like break into your house for you.
And this is and perhaps now I don't do anything illegal ever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Tell me you got to smash a window.
I don't
Tell
think-
me you got to break a window.
It was a hurricane window. There's no chance in God's green gravy that I'm going to be able to break that.
Well, you
thing.
can at least try.
I tried. I tried.
Put some effort in,
Yeah,
damn it.
and then she's like, "You're hurting my head," and I'm like, "Oh, you're making this worse." So the reason I'm telling it here is because there is no real payoff. Up there for about 50 minutes.
Ouch.
The brother who was in Utah, which was really rude, we needed you, called the maintenance man. Just let himself in. Well, I was going to say there was some contraband, strewn about. Guy came in, let us in. We all had a big chuckle. That was it.
Gotcha.
And now we know that guy can get into the house whenever he wants.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. And now he knows the layout of the house.
And now he and the ghost who locked us out are friends, and we got to do the show.
They're in cahoots.
We got a couple of cahooters.